Well, hello friends, welcome back. It's good to see you. My last EthCC recap video was exactly 1 year ago, so we have officially completed one lap around the sun. This year's conference was in Cannes, the sun-drenched, somewhat snobby seaside town where yachts probably outnumber parking spots and every espresso comes with a side of attitude. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I felt like there was a lot of skepticism leading up to EthCC this year. People were grumpy about the location, about just the general vibe, and it seemed like no one was gonna go. But a lot of people showed up, and it was amazing. So if you're curious to see how my EthCC week went, grab yourself something to drink, get cozy, and we'll dive right in. I took the direct train from Paris to Cannes, which was 5 hours, very smooth sailing. I arrived in the evening, so that just left me with some time to check in, explore the vicinities, and grab dinner and sleep. I started off day one with breakfast. I found a nearby cafe, settled in, and started to plan out my week. Who was I going to interview? Which events was I going to attend? And so on. And once I was done with that, I decided to head on over to Antibes, which is the town next to Cannes, where the Startup House was currently in full swing. Startup House is a hands-on bootcamp that helps early-stage founders craft their go-to-market strategy, test their ideas, and get real traction. It was lovely to see familiar faces again and catch up with people who I haven't seen since DevCon in Bangkok. Aside from the ping pong shenanigans, teams were actively preparing for the highly anticipated demo night, which was the following day. Once the teams wrapped up for the day, we decided to head out to the beach, grab some drinks, do some catching up, and on the way there, we discovered some secret talents that some of the devs have been hiding. What? Day 2 rolled in, and with it, demo night. 6 teams were invited to demo their project that night in front of a panel of judges. This year's judges were people from Starkware, from the Starknet Foundation, from Alchemy, from OpenZeppelin, and Chainlink. After the demos, I was able to catch some Starknet OGs for some interviews, and you can tell by their expression I asked them some odd questions. And after that, it was time for dinner. It was a wonderful atmosphere, great food, lovely people, and very interesting conversations. Day 3 started off with zkMorning coffee, organized by zk Cloud, Starknet Foundation, Highly, House of zk, and zkM. There was a buzzing atmosphere, familiar faces, and very interesting chats. After that, I met up with some of the Starknet Fockers for some coffee, and I even ended up being late for the Chipped and Matcha event where you would get press-on nails. I was very sad about that. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Chipped is a brand of press-on nails with NFC chips in the thumbs. So you can tap your nail on a phone to share your social media, contact info, or other links, which you can set up with their app. I would have absolutely loved to get my nails done. I even made sure my nails were bare, but anyways, lessons learned for the next event. I gotta be there on time. Day 3 ended on a particularly wholesome note. Dojo Teams happy hour with fellow teams and friends, building on Dojo. It was a very casual meetup to catch up, exchange ideas, share latest work, and enjoy a drink with others shaping the future of on-chain games. And of course, I got to interview some more people, and I got shat on by a bird. Footage in the interview video that's coming out soon. The sun was setting beautifully, vibes were immaculate, and it was just a very wholesome experience. Also, in celebration of Eternum Season 1, some actual donkey meat sausages were distributed to top-tier gamers of the season. Major kudos to Nates for pulling this off. Day 4. The morning kicked off with some cozy yoga on the beach, and went straight into opening the doors for Le Café Stark. Le Café Stark. Which, in my opinion, was by far the best event of all the side events of EthCC this year. People were chatting, they were eating, they were sunbathing, they were just chilling, they were working. It was really the perfect format for this climate and location, because with the heat and the beach vibes, people really didn't enjoy listening to panels or talks, so it was really S tier. After the first day of Le Café Stark, I got some more interviews in, and I headed out with some Starknet friends. Day 5 went very similarly to day 4. It was Le Café Stark again. I had some very interesting conversations. I even met up with Hunter from Arbitrum. Very good chat. And in the evening, everyone gathered for the Starknet Beach Hangout. It was very cozy. People were playing ball games, they were drinking, they were chatting, and just soaking in the beautiful sunset. And mind you, on my way home, I met a cat, which was by far the best experience of EthCC. Day 6 was fairly slow. Most of the teams had already left and some of the events were starting to close up. This was the perfect opportunity to get some work done. And in the evening, it was the EthCC closing party with very good music and lots of fun. And that was that. The fucking French decided to strike at the airport toward the end of EthCC, which left a lot of inconveniences for the people there. So thank you very much for that. My flight did get cancelled, but I was able to catch one the day after, which wasn't too bad. And now I'm in Wales. So if you want to see a non-crypto Wales vlog, let me know. And otherwise I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.